Wow, welcome back.
In a little bit, right?
Yeah, cruises, people being ill,
Yeah.
all the good stuff.
Yeah. Me getting ready to go to the motherland.
Yep, you coming homeward.
Yep. That's right. I got back yesterday, and it was a little. Yeah, I got to spend time with the wife too.
Yeah,
you know. I love you guys. I love Winthrop. I love the motherland. I love you, Todd. I love doing this live stream, but Dr. Vera comes first. First and foremost. Yes.
Oh, I can understand that.
I had I was up there for 5 days, right? Wednesday to Monday. And I made some observations like I always do when I go up there. And one of them is, Winthrop's getting crowded, of course.
Yep.
But driving through Revere, East Boston, Chelsea, even over in Malden, Somerville, I was around those areas. Winthrop ain't that bad. I'm not condoning the overdevelopment, but it's still better than what's surrounding it. Again, don't get me wrong. I think it is overdeveloped, and it doesn't seem to be an end in sight. What you and I spoke about, Michael is going to go up another floor most likely, which means Samuel's building is going to go up another level, and then across the way from that building, they'll probably go up another level. Will the pizza center? I guess there's a new pizza joint going in where the old pizza center was. Really good things about the new location, the new pizza center, the new old pizza center. I heard
the one
that
that's Wolo's.
Yes, I heard from a friend of mine who is extremely picky. Let's put it that way. And he told me it's good. It's really good. And they're still got to hit their stride as far as getting set up, and ovens need to the whole pizza cooking process. People's like ovens have to be I don't know how, but he said it's good.
They have to have a certain amount of flavor cooked into the ovens.
There's that, and the dough, and they have to adjust to the temperatures of the room now because it's a new location, and dough is very fluid when it comes to temperature and
fluid.
But there's a plug for the new old pizza center, and so I went down to Cafe Delight like I always do, and unfortunately, I used to always meet there with the unofficial mayor of Winthrop, the late Bob Gillis, and it was kind of sad to be down, walk over there and not have him come strolling down. And sitting down, and like I had said in a Facebook post, his rule was no politics, no sports. Let's just talk. And I'm always willing to do that too. I literally watched him one time. A couple other people came and sat in and something came up about Paul, and he literally just got up and started walking away.
Yeah,
I think, were you there? Was it you that was there that time? It was like was it summer?
Well, it might have been because it's happened a couple times that the politics comes up and he just
got up and left. Yeah. So God bless him. But I made an observation. But now you met me down there, and while you're not the unofficial mayor of Winthrop,
nope,
it was a pleasure having coffee with you, my friend.
Thank you.
But I made an observation. So the town paid $15 million for that cement jungle there, the pavement, the paved park.
Is that it?
Park? Yeah. Is that it? I don't know. I'm asking you. Do you know?
I don't know.
I was told it was around $15 million for the paved park, right? With the ugly benches with plastic umbrellas and
the blue plastic umbrellas, yeah.
And the Christmas tree with no decorations on it, which was pathetic. But it had one red bulb on there.
One red bulb.
Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
But there's a strip of grass that goes around that, right? It runs on the exterior of it, runs along the contour of it. And at least 3 people brought their dogs over there to pee on it. And I'm thinking, and one of them pooped. They cleaned up the poop, but the pee doesn't go away. And pee starts to smell, especially in the summertime. And I believe 2 out of the 3 came from that Somerset Apartments. As I watched them walk toward me. And then they took their dogs peed, sniffed, peed, and walked away. Why the hell would the town pay $15 million for this big renovation? This Julia Pringles Wallace invention, which is, I think, not so hot. It's really not appealing, number one. But why would they not have no dogs on the grass? Why would they kids are supposed to play around there, correct? People bring their kids there.
I mean, people bring their kids down there.
And that grass, if I saw it within 30 minutes, if I saw 3 people in 30 minutes bring their dogs there to pee, somebody I know actually asked one of the people, like, hey, this is a true story. I'm just going to be blunt. And I know the language isn't really, we don't go in that direction, but I'm just going to tell you what happened to a friend of mine who asked somebody, it's like a public area, why do you let your dog pee there? Who the fuck are you? Shut the fuck up. I'll bring my dog here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring my fucking dog here at 4:00 this afternoon and 7:00 tonight, and again tomorrow morning at 7:00. Get the fuck out of here. That was their response to somebody who said, why are you letting your dog pee on this grass? People come here. It's not a dog park, right? It's a very contained area.
People eat there?
Yeah.
Some of the, I think CrossFit had a class there a couple times. So
the town is failing.
It's certainly not optimum.
No, it's failing. That park is a failure. And just on the fact that it's not attractive. And nobody, okay, you're going to get the oddball that's going to come out of left field and go, well, I think it's nice. Well, you probably enjoy athlete's foot too. I like the itchiness. You get people like that, right?
That like the itchiness?
Oh, dude, there's all sorts. There's all kinds, right? But with that said, why is the town not putting no dogs allowed on that spot? Why are they letting it become a dog park? Because that's pretty much what it is.
Right. They might as well put that fake grass down because you're getting all the brown spots around there too. To your point, it's not attractive. It's going to smell.
Yep.
And people aren't going to want to hang there.
Nope. The town is failing. town council, town manager, the board of health.
They don't enforce dogs.
No.
But see now,
but they enforce
Billy's
chickens.
point, as we're beating up the chickens again.
Oh, by the way, Bill Schmidt is still a narcissistic, misogynistic egomaniac who has too much overreach. And the two women that work for him
in 2023.
Yeah, and the women that work for him on the Board of Health are disappointments, total disappointments. That's my say about that, and I'll say that every week. And the principal at the middle school is horrible also. He's
you're never gonna forget.
No, the guy knew what he was doing. But anyway, we'll get to him. He's still on the radar.
Yeah,
but
we just lost that other conversation's gone though.
What's that?
Whatever I lost it.
No, you were going to say the Board of Health. I said that, that you said.
Oh yeah, they don't. It's really strange because what's going on down there now is a much bigger health hazard than chicken coops on front lawns. That's an attract right now. I hate to say this, but the center area with the picnic tables, there's the attraction, the picnic tables, but it's an attractive nuisance because it's the dog poo and the urine and all the other unhealthiness of it all. So reality is there's more danger there than there is with chicken coops. Where's Bill Schmidt?
Give me 1 second.
Oh, he's leaving. Well, where is Bill Schmidt? It's really a good question. I don't understand why keeping of animals doesn't include if you're going to relook at that ordinance, why wouldn't you relook at the animals it includes? Keeping of animals is the ordinance, but it doesn't include dogs.
That's why the Board of Health is a joke and the members are a joke. They pick and choose, they overreach, they started delving in something that probably the building department should have been addressing. And the fact that there's no appeals. Do we know anything else on this? Like, is there any continuation on this or no?
No, I haven't connected with Vasily. I probably should though. Right. I've had my head in a few other places in the moment. Apparently,
buddy. That's all right, man. That's all right.
Yeah, we actually should figure that out because I know, we have other people who just got permits under the old ordinance and have just built chicken coops. What are they going to do? And as the solution, just everybody put up a 6-foot fence and good luck figuring out who has what back there. If we catch you trespassing on our lawn.
Yeah.
Whoa, intrusion. Yeah.
Well, again, I hope that Vasily or Kurt or somebody is trying to go a different avenue. Just don't let them walk on this.
Well, the beauty of being the year 2023 is we can send out some vibes while we're talking and see if we catch anything.
Yeah. Well, it's not a dead issue because the Board of Health is a joke. Did I say that already? The Winthrop Board of Health is a joke. All three of them are a joke. It's just so disappointing. It's so, just watching how those two women cowed to him is amazing. How they took his abuse. And it was caught in 4K.
Live in 4K.
Yeah, it was caught in 4K right there for everybody to see that how he shushes them and they just take it. So, they get what they deserve, but unfortunately the town suffers their misery. Their misery and their overreach.
Well, this again makes another great case for local elections and paying more attention to what happens in your zip code than what's happening in DC.
But unfortunately, they are appointed.
I know.
You know what I mean?
And that gets changed at the state level. Apparently, I don't think that's all mandated by the state because it has to do with health. But I don't know, public health. I don't know.
I thought the chairman was appointed by the town council president.
He is.
Right. So are they the ones that does the town council the ones that appoint Board of Health members for Winthrop?
I think no, I think that's all the council president's doing.
That's what I mean. Are they the ones that the town is Jim responsible for their?
I believe he is responsible for
their appointments.
I did hear there was. I got to follow up on that too, because I did hear there was some discussion about expanding or trying to expand the Board of Health. I talked to Jeannie Maggio. She used to sit on the Board of Health. I said, what about having a an ordinary citizen on there? And she said that would be a great idea because the ordinary citizen would ask the questions.
They are ordinary citizens. None of them are doctors. None of them are medical
Well,
professionals.
that's fair, but they all have some type of credential, right?
I know somebody that was on the Board of Health, and they don't. As far as I know, they didn't have a credential.
Good. I think that's necessary because I think that the uncredentialed people will have no choice but to ask the questions.
Right. So there evidently has been a plan going on for a little bit now, dating back to, from what I gathered, October 2022 is. Well, let me back up a little. So somebody had FOIA'd Freedom of Information Act, the correspondence between the town manager, Anthony Marino, and a contractor, Grady Consulting, civil engineers, land surveyors, landscape architects. Right? They're from Kingston, Mass.
Kingston.
Is Kingston near Ipswich?
Kingston goes the other way.
Goes the other way?
Yeah, Kingston's down south way.
Ah, okay. So they wanted to know what's going on with, they must have got wind of something. They wanted to know what was going on with the middle school and the area around it and the plans, etc. So evidently, Tony Marino has been, it's not evidently, he has been corresponding with this company, Grady Consulting, in regard to the middle school. And actually, it ends up being more than the middle school. And something, and they sent me this stuff. So first of all, they FOIA'd this. And what they got back was incompetence at its finest, absolute incompetence and absolute waste. So this person got back 18 pages, double-sided, 36 pages. All right, 36 pages, 18 double-sided, so 36 total. Of which, so it's all right here, right? Let me take 9 pages out of this. So that's 18 pages. 18 pages of absolute, positively incompetent work. This is done. It's repetitive. It's out the window. So talk about waste, because in these emails, so I had sent them to you, Todd, but unfortunately I got them to you too late and we couldn't really figure them out because it is not in chronological order. That's a whole nother thing.
Right.
None of this was in chronological order. It's almost like they did this on purpose. They just handed this person. So this person sent it to me and I tediously went through time and date stamps to get some sort of chronological order out of this. And it starts at October 18th and it ends, let me see, it ends in, the last timestamp is May 26th. Okay. But unfortunately, I got them to Todd a little late, and we couldn't decipher out of the images that I sent him which pages we need. So we'll do that next week. But in the meantime, and I have them right here, and I can pick some along the way, but we'll see how this goes. There's a diagram, or there's a, it looks like a Google Maps, Google Earth photo, satellite photo, that runs Pauline Street, Walden Street, looks like down the side of the middle school. What street is that? The left side?
That's actually Waldemar, believe it or not.
Waldemar, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, Walden, Waldemar. Then it runs right behind the middle school. Let me pull it up. And I don't know how they did this survey. From what I understand, this person said they didn't lay pins. They say in these emails they did a laser and satellite survey. I've never seen surveys done like that. Maybe it's a new technology, but I've always thought that pins and flags had to be laid, had to be put down, and like they shoot the azimuth type thing, and right.
Yep. But
hey, what do I know about surveying? But this is a bit troubling. Now, this is the image. I'm going to pull it up screen. All right. So, as you see, I'm going to get rid of the graphic. Hold on. Caption. Get rid of that. All right. So, Todd, take a look at this image.
Yep.
Tell me, follow the line and tell me what's wrong with this picture. There's a few things wrong with it, actually, but.
Well, it all depends. First of all, let me get clear. Do we know what this line actually represents? Does it represent the survey limits? Is that like what they think is included in the property?
So let me pull up in these emails. You have so you have dated January 31st, 2023 at 2:48 p.m. From Tim Bennett from that company to Anthony Marino and Darren Grady. It says actually, I just drew up the attached figure. Does the yellow outline cover the limits of what you wanted surveyed? I wasn't sure if I should go all the way around the old high school and include Wheelock Street and Waldemar. The response from Anthony Marino is, and this came in January 31st, 2023 at 4:25. I marked the additional survey area in white on this plan. It extends your lines that are in yellow. So he extended it, right? And it goes, this is, I'm not going to sift through this right now. We'll do this. This is something we're really going to pin down next week. Because it mentions that he kind of went beyond what was there.
Well, it cuts across Waldemar Street like at an angle, which seems weird to me. So I'm not sure if this is just a survey and it's not actually denoting any property lines.
Well, look at the baseball field.
Yep.
At the top.
It cuts right through the baseball field too.
So there is an email in here that states, I marked the additional survey area in white. This is from Tony Marino. It extends your lines that are in yellow. Let me know. And it says, hi, Tony. Attaches our proposal for existing conditions survey of the school. This is from February 1st. Then there is an email Heading to Winthrop, getting this. So they said they're going to do. So this is from Tim Bennett. Heading to Winthrop. This was March 20th. So it says, heading to Winthrop tomorrow morning with my teammate. Start the survey tomorrow morning. I'll be stopping first at the town clerk's office and also building department to look at their records while Ian will be getting started on the site. We will be conducting the survey with laser scanning, GPS, and total station survey. We should be all set, but we might want to run a survey line through the connector between the school and the auditorium, right? Let me see. So much. I mean, it's so redundant in this. At one point, Marino says, okay, I haven't forgotten you as much. After much searching, this was the only site plan I can find, but it does have some benchmarks on it. So they're going off. Anyway, we'll get into that next week.
Yeah, I mean,
he said, I tried to call the surveyor, but unfortunately he has since passed on and is no longer with us. So.
What?
Yeah, I forgot. After much searching, this was the only site plan I can find. They're going off of old information.
Well, but didn't they just resurveyed it, didn't they? They just, this is not the right.
This was
work.
This was the recent one, evidently, because it's a updated. It's a satellite shot, right?
And do you think this represents the property line?
They're trying to say there's something in here that says, should I overshoot? Let me see. Appears to be contained in Memorial Auditorium. This might be it. Awesome. Do I have a correct location? Okay. So Tim Bennett sent an email to Anthony Marino on May 26, 2022 at 1:35 p.m. Hi, Tony. I'm preparing a proposal for 151 Pauline Street, and Darren Grady asked me to contact you directly with a few questions I have. So, I guess this is a question and answer bullet statements. From what I can tell, the site at 151 Pauline appears to contain the Memorial Auditorium and the gymnasium, which is attached to the Winthrop High School, on the 141 Pauline Street parcel in the Larson Ice Rink. Do I have the correct location? Yes, you have the correct location. Should the survey extend into the adjacent park ball field, say 50 feet or so, in case the project overlaps into that area? Why would the project overlap into that area if they have boundaries? Right? And then it says, yes, it should overlap, and we have some Chapter 97 parkland that I need to delineate. That's from Marino. That 97 thing, it's that's significant here. He's trying to take land, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe I'm right. He's trying to take a little bit of the land from Ingleside Park for this whatever project they have, and you can't do that because that's a park. That's a green space. That's protected. Then it says, do you know of any existing plans of the site I can use? Marino replies, I would be happy to reach out to whomever might have these records, maybe the DPW or planning department. See attached plan, the only thing we have. Sorry. So what's the definition of delineate? Take away, get rid of?
No, isn't it more of separate?
He needs to delineate it.
Delineate. I have a phone. Delineate.
I just don't want to get anything wrong here. Yes, it should overlap. So he's telling them to overlap the boundaries.
Oh, describe or portray something precisely.
Right. Okay. Well, he better be precise because that cuts right across the ball field that is in Ingleside Park, which is protected ground.
How do we know that's protected ground?
It's green space. It goes into I'll get by next Monday. I'll have the state law.
Okay.
State law came into effect, I believe, around 1972 or something. But I'll have the information on that. But
what's the
then
purpose?
Look how. So
what's the purpose? I mean, this is all. It is okay. It's protected. Never mind. Go ahead.
He keeps saying that I kept seeing this see attached. What was it? It kept saying see the attached planning or something, and I don't see it included. Attached is a proposal, existing condition survey. Anyways, again, we'll break this down a lot better next Monday, right? And there is a assigned Grady Consultant, Anthony Marino, Town Manager. This is January 31st. Proposal for professional land surveying and response, scope of services, yada, yada. So,
yada, yada.
But look at across the street. Look at across Pauline Street. So they saying it extends over there? Like where?
No, this survey must be for something other than denoting property lines. It must be. And maybe, all right, so here's a thought. Maybe the overhang into the other areas is a temporary thing for, as an example, putting up construction trailers for the where the engineers and the foremen all go to read the plans over and such and plan their talk their work out.
It says survey limits right up there at the top. Survey limits, and
right.
This is everything that's being surveyed.
Right. They're just.
But why would they survey land that's not?
I don't know. I'm just riffing.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, buddy. I know. It just doesn't make any sense. And now again, I'm not a developer. I'm not an engineer. I don't know, but this doesn't look good as a layman.
Well, they're cutting through streets. They're including streets. They're going. So, oops. Can you see that still?
You know who has their finger in this? Julia Pringles Wallace. I know that for a fact.
How do you know that?
I'll talk to you off the air.
Okay.
But she's.
Do you see
this goes back a little bit, and I'm going to tell you some information, Todd, that I found out that I can't really talk about live until I really sort it out. Okay. But my boots on the ground have been active. They've been active. So yeah, there you go. That just doesn't look right. And I know that Julia Pringles Wallace has she has a finger in that. Just like she screwed up the center. Well, you know there's a you hit that.
The sneeze came too fast.
You couldn't call you too fast.
It was a sneak attack.
Some come slow, some come fast.
Yeah, and other dangers.
Yeah. So it's all right here. We're going to sort this for next week. You and I will kind of figure out the mess, the jumble. Maybe I'll resend just what I have here, Todd, and we can figure it out.
Okay.
And then you can take a look at it because I just got this when I went up there. I met. I was actually every day I was up there. I met somebody that watched the show that said thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and somebody handed me this, in an envelope. Said, "Here, take it."
Was it in a garage in the dark of night?
Were you there, dude? Or was it you? I didn't see that. All I saw was a cigarette in the shadows, like Cigarette Man on the X-Files.
Yeah.
The Cigarette Man.
Yeah, I'm very. This is just very interesting to me. I mean, I know they've been talking about this. This ideas have been kicked around by the council.
All right, so
you already know that about.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, people, People. And Todd disagrees with me on this, and he has all the reason, all the right to disagree with me. But that just needs to come down, and it just needs to be green space. It needs to make the town better, not more crowded. It's God knows they're going to put micro condos in the center. Why would you want this boutique motel? John Munson on the town council is like adamant about this boutique motel. Hotel. I don't know why. It's not going to bring revenue into that town that's worth it. It's going to bring more cars. It's going to be more crowded down the center. It's bad enough there's no parking there as it is. Tear it down. Line up 50 spaces right down Pauline Street for parking to go into the center or down to the park. Put a fountain in there, trees, benches. Make Ingleside Park literally the centerpiece of the town. You want to bring people in that want to live in Winthrop? Do that. Not a boutique hotel.
It depends on who you want to bring in. Because take a look over in Cambridge.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, in Somerville, over by the old, where the Circuit City was, that whole area. It's everything's sold or leased or rented or whatever. There's like no room there, and they're building more.
They're going to do in Winthrop.
That's what's gonna.
Why add to it and put a boutique hotel in the? Don't make it anything. Make it for the people. Make it for the families. Make it for the kids.
I think that ship has that. I think the conversation's bigger than this now. That I think that ship has sailed. I mean, Winthrop has decided years ago what kind of town it wanted to be. The reality is, all of this development isn't just about the developers, about the town trying to generate more revenue. It's about the developers making their money too. Yeah, and they're the ones really making out, because the town never gets ahead.
Developers always make out.
Yeah, the town never gets ahead. No matter how much we build, the expense goes up too.
Their thinking is flawed. It's severely flawed, because if they think bringing in these, what they're calling now micro condos into the center and doubling up on Michael's Mall and doubling up on the old Samuel's Pharmacy and adding micro condos there, they think that's bringing in revenue. But you know where that revenue is going? It's going to go to fixing the infrastructure that's getting destroyed from the amount of cars and people that are pouring into this town that was not designed for this many people. That money is just going to be spent doubly on repairs and upkeep. The infrastructure is cracking in Winthrop. But you talk to these people in the town council, and Jim's one of them. I like Jim. I like Jim a lot. But if he thinks that doing this micro thing is going to fix things, he's dead wrong. Maybe it's good for his business.
It is. It's good.
Well, then, I'm not dogging. I like Jim. I do. Listen. I'm not saying anything derogatory. I'm just saying it like it is. But the fact remains that what they get back in income for the town is only going to go back into fixing the infrastructure, because everything has a tipping point. I can't say that enough. In Winthrop, the parking is horrible. Horrible.
Well, we've lost spaces because of the traffic easement measures that have been taken down there. So, and plus we lost that whole road that used to be in between Samuel's and the little park area in the center. So there was 3 or 4 parking spots there too.
Yeah.
So, well, look, we need a baseline to understand the reality. There are 2 arguments. 2.5 is a bad thing. 2.5 is a good thing. Most people.
2.5 being what?
2.5 meaning the proposition that says, if you want to raise property taxes more than 2.5%, you need to put it to a vote of the people. Can't be done otherwise. This is a good thing, in my opinion, because if not, think of just where our property taxes would be now. Oh, they go up 2.5% as it is. The 2.5%. So here's a very simple way for the layperson to understand a municipal budget, and why, and the 2 different strategies, right? Or the 2 different paths. Maybe strategy is a wrong word. You get 2.5%. That 2.5% budgeted appropriately is more than enough for your infrastructure. If with the right amount of regular maintenance, your infrastructure, and this includes all the grants that are available in these areas, by the way, like the bike lane to nowhere is part of a state grant. Those things still being available, the 2.5% is plenty of money to manage your assets, keep your buildings upkept, pay all your bills, etc. Where it becomes a problem, like every organization, is your biggest expense, which is your people. And the 2.5% becomes unmanageable when it's being compounded every year instead of every second or third year even, right? So in other words, what I'm saying is, even at a 1% every year, which we're somewhere around there on average, on top of all these salaries, it goes on in perpetuity. It just keeps it just has a multiplying effect that goes on, and it becomes a very, very, plus steps and lanes in the schools, etc. Point being, we either have to so the town's trying to generate money to cover those never-ending increased costs, because if we didn't have to deal with those, even if we only had to deal with them once every 3 years, 2.5 would be fine. We'd make it, we'd be good. But we got to deal with it every year.
Yeah.
We have to find that money every year. And so we have to decide, if we keep overrides going, if we just keep overriding and voting to pay more and more, we'll be good. I don't know who will live here, but we'll be good. Or we try to develop our way out of it, which is what is now happening.
You're running out of space.
And all right, so now we're going up.
We're going up.
We're going up, and that's so it's just a philosophical thing at this point. And those of us who don't want to live in this are going to have to decide. And I can tell you right now, having been in Davis Square, in the Somerville area, the Somerville, Cambridge area there where the rib joint is, and they had all the cool music places 25 years ago to today, it's impossible to get around it. There's so much traffic all the time, and bikes and people, and
so I said, Winthrop's infrastructure is cracking.
Yep, it's on its way to the same fate.
Keep adding and adding to the sewage, adding to the pounding of cars on the streets. It all adds up. It all adds up.
Do we get more trucks with chemicals the more poop we deal with?
Ask Leo. Ask Leo Haskell.
Leo.
He could be our sewage specialist.
Yeah. Hey, that's right? I mean, we should have him on. He could answer some questions.
I wish he would come on. Yeah, we'd have plenty of questions for him about how the whole system works with Winthrop, and does that create, again, the more people, more poop, more chemical trucks?
Leo's watching. Keep watching.
Keep flushing keeps him in business.
That's
that
right.
is job security, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Leo, do you have job security? Yep, just keep flushing. That's great.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's great. But that's a good question. But and listen, enough trucks, as there is, it's still wear and tear on the town that I don't think the town gets fairly compensated for that either by the city of Boston. Winthrop gets shit on by the airport. They get shit on by the city of Boston. They just sit back and go, but, and no one has yet stepped up in Winthrop that has any type of stroke, any type of power, any type of, fight in them to really go after these people. They give the Winthrop Fund $2 million, say, okay, here you go. Here's a little, Massport gives them $2 million. There you go. You're happy now. You're happy. We'll give you some windows. How's that? Give you some windows. We're going to keep dumping jet fuel over your town, and the cancer rates will continue to rise, and the noise pollution will just continue to get louder. And but don't worry, Winthrop, we'll give you a little bit of money here and there, and in the town council, and that fake. Now I firmly believe that the airport committee is a fake committee. I believe that it doesn't exist.
What do you mean by you mean
I don't think it exists.
Nobody on it.
I think it's on paper. That's it. I just think that this is the airport committee right here. It's on. This is it right here. Because there's never anything from them. Do they ever address the town council? Do they ever have updates? Do they ever produce anything? How often do they meet? I mean, are they just names on a piece of paper and say, I'm busy tonight? I don't know. What did you say? The planes are coming. I can't hear you.
Here's the bigger question. I mean, what is the purpose of the airport committee?
Exactly. That's right. It's what have they done?
What do they talk to that the town council can't do?
How much power do they have? How much authority do they have? How much power does the town council give them?
You know who's on that is Hannah.
They should have
Councilor Hannah.
Anyways, they should have more power than the freaking Board of Health.
Certainly, a compelling argument can be made.
Well, it's for the betterment of the town. The Board of Health just make shit up as they go along.
Well, whatever
they like, and he says it, and they agree. The two women agree with him. That's it.
It's supposed to protect us from disease.
Yeah, no, they're overreached. Proved that they're not protecting us from anything, because they think they're protecting us from the bird flu, which we already went through those stats for 3 episodes.
Bird flu.
Yeah. So it's Bill the Shill Schmidt and his harem.
Pro-call harem.
You know, I tried to be nice about this, but I can't be.
You're a little bent. You haven't.
Nah, you know what? So I tried to be nice. I tried to be like, I kind of. They don't seem to be bad. No, they're just ridiculous. The whole thing about that. Actually, they went over and above and beyond for chicken coops in the front yard. They changed the rules for chicken. I mean, it just shows how petty they are because they don't like it. Because Bill the Shill didn't like it. We've beat this chicken up many times. Don't want to beat the dead chicken anymore. But
well, yeah, I did hear from Vasily and Kurt.
Okay.
I'll just sum it up this way. Vasily's got his hands on some information from the town of Revere. The one thing I do want to read is Bill reached out to the town of Revere to help create his policy for the chicken coops. So I'll just read the response. This is in response to the question about number of chickens. And this is Revere. Smaller yards. In terms of the number that we got for chickens, we worked with a backyard chicken expert, Christy Smith Barry, the chickenness at gmail.com. We arbitrarily, this is a health emergency, but we arbitrarily picked 6, which means Bill arbitrarily picked 6. And that's because of other cities' regs that mentioned 6. So the Bill did the same thing. This is just a bit of the information that Vasily has. He's been told he has to get his permit changed. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be waiting for knocks on the door any day now, and then he's gonna go his route. But he's not.
He doesn't seem like the type of guy that would just roll over.
No, but
neither does Kurt though at that either. Kurt's pretty. It seems pretty persistent. Pretty.
Well, yeah, and we, like you said, we beat the horse, but just at the end, we beat the chicken at the final nail in the coffin, so to speak, with regard to the fact that this policy is based on nothing.
Yeah,
was that email exchange right there? Like,
story remains open though. But the case remains open.
Yeah,
it's still an open case.
Unsolved. Right?
Yeah. Hey, when are we going to have Father Walter on for an update on the diversity? Inclusion, that I don't call it DEI anymore. I call it DIE because that's what it ends up doing in the end. Diversity, inclusion, and equity.
I'll have to. I reached out to him. I reached out to him to have coffee, but he
just to have an update.
Too busy. Yeah. We do need that update. He did. I don't know. Did you hear he went to a meeting recently and spoke to them about, I think I mentioned this 2 shows ago, but he did speak against the the CDICR, the Commission for Diversity, Inclusion, and Community Relations, is opposed to the policy as written because it's arbitrary, but it doesn't matter. The council's all proud of themselves that they got something passed that they didn't need to pass in the first place. And we'll see. I mean,
again, that's still an open case too.
Yeah, I've requested.
That story isn't over.
I've requested for the 4th of July. I've heard nothing. But well, first I heard I'm for it, and then I've heard nothing but we'll see basically. So
it's 3 holes. No reason why I can't go up in one.
And I've driven by the E.B. Newton Center 50 times. I don't even notice the flagpoles.
I know.
You talk. I mean,
I told you. Yeah, I told you.
Foolish.
It's just listen. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out in the end. What else? I don't know. I think that's it for tonight, buddy. That's all I have.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing we probably should start talking about is just if anybody does watch and they have friends or people they think might make good counselors in their precincts. Elections coming up, and we've got to get a little more balance in that council. We've got to get some people that kind of live in a world that truly appreciates real inclusion, and proper freedom, because right now we're just being dictated to, it's probably a bit.
It's a majority. It's the way politics goes. They have, there's a majority of one side right now, and just needs to be balanced. But
a little more balance will be better. So
yeah, it's so people have to step up. If people have the time and they have the wherewithal and they want to be heard and they want to make a difference. I'll tell you what, if I'm retired, if I was living up there, I definitely would I'd be running. If
you got the time, you got the inclination, and you want to make a difference, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll show you how.
We'll see. This summer's going to be interesting.
Sure is. Like I say, all politics starts at the local level.
There you go.
So keep watching. Hey, wake everybody up. Wake your neighbors up. Let's really not keep looking past this. It's time for people to at least get your eyeballs on this stuff.
There you go. Like I always say, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you liked it, share it. Tell your friends about it. If you didn't like it, thanks for listening this long. Some people like to watch us because they don't like us. That's one thing I can tell you that. But that's the nature of these live streams. Nature of any type of political show. You have your pros and your cons. But well, everybody, again, thanks for listening. You're the engine that makes this run. Without you, it'd just be me and Todd talking. Well, we don't, whenever Todd and I talk, it's not usually about politics, oddly enough. It's part of the conversation, but it's never. I think they think when we get together, we're just two lunatics raving at each other, one waiting for the other, one waiting for the other to stop talking so they can get their point across.
Man,
kind of like the 80s during some parties. Well, we won't get into all that.
Right. Anyway.
All right, everybody. We will see you next Monday night. I don't see any interruptions coming on the horizon. And Todd, stay on. I'm going to talk to you about that, the Julia Pringles Wallace information that I heard.
Sounds good.
All right.
Good night, all. Thank you.
All right, everybody. See you next week.